David, tell us a little bit about the background and your history with the Vail Regatta from the Philadelphia now to Rumson for 2010.
That again goes back a long ways, longer than what I probably want to admit. But one of the things that happened when I went to the Marietta High School boathouse was I saw the Marietta College team rowing, and the end of year regatta for them was always the Vail Regatta. And to put this in perspective, rowing really has, you can look at it in a couple ways. And on the men's side of the house, you know, you can look at sort of an NCAA level that would have the top 24, which Purdue, Michigan, and Virginia can't participate in anymore. And then the NIT level. And the Vail Regatta is really the NIT of college rowing, if you can make that comparison.
Right.
On the women's side of the house, there's the NCAA level for the intercollegiate programs. Our women's program, again, is club oriented, and they can't participate here even though they can go there and perform very, very well. So the Vail Regatta, again, is, you know, their top regatta, and it has a lot of intercollegiate programs that can't make it to the final selection for the NCAA, and it has a lot of other club programs. There's 120 schools that come to this regatta. So as a young boy in high school looking at Marietta College, going to this regatta every year and winning the top 8 race, that quickly became a goal, because that's what you saw of the athletes that were in your boathouse. Actually, we were in their boathouse, but so I was bent to row for them through high school, and elected to go there for a year, and actually during my senior year of high school got enamored with the Naval Academy and applied, was rejected the first year, persistence, second year went, and finished the 4 years, and that was sort of the thing that stepped me away from, probably a lifetime in Marietta, Ohio. But that's where my involvement really started.
Mm-hmm.
And gave some importance to the Vail Regatta. Then going away from that and being with a couple of intercollegiate programs, being away from the Vail Regatta for probably nearly 15, 16 years, 20 years maybe. And then in 95, 96, having the ability to go back there with the team really brought back some really old memories. And I remember going there and looking at the grandstands that they have along the banks of the Schuylkill, with the statue of Jack Kelly and all. I remember those from my days as a freshman at Marietta College, and I was fortunate enough to be rowing with some guys in my freshman year at the college, where we actually won the freshman race. And there you get at the Vails, you get to come to the ward stock, you get to step out of the boat, stand on the dock, and get your medal, and that's pretty cool. So at Purdue, we talk a lot about coming to the Vail Regatta and racing and competing, but when it's all said and done, we want to stand.
Sure. And now the Philadelphia Alumni Club has done a great job in supporting the crew team. Zoe Coulson, I've known for a number of years now, has been a huge supporter. They do a great job of not only helping fund some scholarships, but also hosting a banquet, which I was able to attend last year at the local country club. How can the New Jersey club continue to help the Purdue crew team moving forward now that it is in Rumson, New Jersey instead of Philadelphia?
Well, it'd be my hopes that we could continue the same traditions that have been part of the Philadelphia Vail experience for the Purdue athletes. Naturally, the venue in Philadelphia is just absolutely wonderful. There's a park along the river if you haven't been there, and you can ride a bike and watch the races completely down the course, which is really nice. And for me, there's 40, 50 years, do the math, of association there. So that's a huge piece of me to see a move go, and I never thought the regatta would ever move from Philadelphia. To see it move internally, I have some reservations because it won't be the same. But I think with everything, change is good, and it's not making the best out of what you can. It's making something that is now the location and the regatta something special, just like the Dad Vail was in Philadelphia. And there could be a chance that it goes back to Philly. Who knows? But in going to Philadelphia and Dad Vail, our athletes have an expectation for the tradition of going there and competing well. And one of the things that I haven't really been able to do for the athletes at Purdue is to get them the recognition that I think they really deserve, because they're not only special students, they're special athletes, they're special citizens, and they don't get the recognition that an athlete that's part of the intercollegiate athletic department just intuitively and naturally gets, just because they're part of that entity. And when the Zoe and the Philadelphia group wanted to host a dinner for the crew, they gave me a call and said, hey, you guys come here, we should do something together, promote, Purdue Pride and all that. I said, great. Got a phone call from George Molnar, and he said, we want to do this, let's have your team over for dinner. And he said, gee, Dave, about how many guys, girls do you have? And I said, well, 120. Absolute silence on the other end of the phone. And I wasn't going to let George off the hook. I have to admit, I was playing full go. And I said, yeah, we can get them all over there. We got a couple buses, we can park, close to wherever. And finally, I acknowledged to George that I didn't think he was calling to invite 120. And I said, we have about 12 seniors, 13 seniors, people that are finishing their eligibility. How about if you guys, let's do a dinner, I'll bring them, and, in some way, let's just try to honor their participation with Purdue Crew and help bolster that in your club. And we jumped on that, and that was years ago now. I don't remember how many. But now our athletes actually, look forward to talking about that dinner, and that bit of recognition that they get is something very, very special. So it'd be nice in Rumsford to figure out how to work and do that for the seniors. And I think there's probably a way to do that.